welcome back. This is Visionary Collective, and we are on XCSR Towson Student Radio. And today we have a revolutionary visionary today.
Woo!
With us here today.
Oh my gosh!
We got Adu, man.
Let's go!
Hey, man. So, how are you doing today?
My God, dude. Oh my Lord, what can I say? Bro, I'm too excited right now. Like, let me calm down for a sec. No. That ain't gonna happen. What's up, man? Like, seriously, thank you for having me.
Hey, bro.
Man. I've been excited since the minute I met you literally a few weeks ago. Like, it's just been a roller coaster. Just like, yo, like, you know how you're so used to doing something, and then when you get, like, an opportunity and you're like, yo, like, this specific opportunity is, like, you really feel like it's gonna be different than everything, you know, like, the other, like, interviews. No disrespect to all, like, the other interviews.
Nah, it's
been amazing, like, just the opportunities that have come, but I'm like, yo, like, I was hyped for this. I was like, hey, yo, like, I'm feeling everything right now. And, like, I'm feeling good, like, excited, like, I'm smiling like crazy. Like, I don't even care if my gum even hurts because I was having gum problems even just, like, a week ago. I still feel, like, pain. But I'm, like, smiling because I'm like, yo, I'm happy to be here. Seriously, for real. Like, thanks for having me, bro. Like,
hey, bro. Pleasure as always.
Bro, I'm about to jump out of my seat, bro. I'm so excited. Bro, I haven't been on screen since, like, in a year. Like, bro, this is just hitting me right now. Like, I'm literally, like, here. In this seat. I'm usually in your seat. I'm in this seat.
Switch roles real quick.
Bro, let me let you talk. What's up, man?
Hey, man. So, you know, we want to get into your journey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's get into your journey a little bit.
Let's go.
So, what was your journey, you know, into music? Like, what was, like, the moment you knew, like, drumming or just music was your path?
Man, oh my gosh. I probably knew by the time I actually was playing in my basement for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Yeah, like literally, bro. Like I oh my gosh. Okay, here we go with this mic thing. I have a tendency to, like, touch and move this a lot. So forgive me if you guys, like, get irritated me doing this, you know. But I'm so used to being in my parents' basement, like, for hours and hours and hours playing drums. Like, I've been doing that since 4 or 5 years old, maybe even younger. Well, I will say, like, it started on, I think, toys. Me playing on toys, and I know, shout out to my cousins in London and their family. They got, well, my family too. They got me a toy drum set. So I guess that I started. I know that's gonna catch. I keep hitting the thing. I started playing with the toy drum kit that they got me from London, and then I got a real drum set and started playing in my parents' basement for, like, hours on end, like, literally, like when I mean hours, I mean until my mom said, like, don't play anymore because it's getting late. Even though I probably played, like, one more hour after. Like, I'm not kidding. Like,
so
I was
this is, like, always, like, a thing
all the time. Oh my gosh, yeah, literally. Like the minute and the opportunity I was able to, like, literally, like play and, like, be loud as loud as I wanted to. Oh, of course, yeah. Like, literally, that's my love. That's, like, that's something I enjoy to do. I enjoy doing that so much. Like, nobody can tell me you cannot do this. I will, like, cry.
So, like, what's your favorite piece, you know, growing up drumming? Like, what was, like, a song that you loved to drum through, or, like, a beat that you loved to drum to?
Let's say Israel Houghton music. Okay,
I don't even know what that is.
So let me tell you something, bro. Israel Houghton is a gospel artist.
Okay.
This man has literally, bro, oh my gosh, this man has literally, like, influenced, like, and even his band too, influenced the way I play drums, the way I listen to music, the way I sometimes even articulate and receive it, and the approach that the way they do it, like, every single detail, I can tell you, like, it's his music, his albums, one of my favorite records that I was actually listening to coming up here, called A Deeper Level. He recorded that in August of 2007, and see how I remember that? Like, I have the DVD, the CD, like the book. Like, I'm like, it's that album for me specifically too that I'm like, I really love his music. Yeah, like all day, every day, 24/7. I've been listening to him since my mom introduced me to him. Like,
so your mom was the first one to introduce.
Oh yes.
Is this like a so the gospel is genre, right?
So yeah, gospel's a genre, and Israel Houghton is an artist, and I started playing drums. If you notice how I play drums, of course, like I'm influenced a lot by.
You play like a lot of like upbeat, like.
Yeah, I do, but I will say it was his drummer, Big Mike Clemens.
Why does that name sound familiar?
He did like a lot of the Israel Houghton albums, and then I ended up meeting this man because he came on my show, which I don't want to get into yet because there's a lot.
Yes.
Well, I want to, yeah. But yeah, that was that's my influence within music.
Okay. So as a drummer
In that department.
Especially, in the gospel realm. So you worked with, Model City Church, right?
Yeah, I have been playing drums for them since March of 2022. I will never forget it. Shout out to Will. I don't know if he even wants me to mention his name, but I'm going to mention it because I believe he deserves credit. Because I believe God used him to literally bring me there. Literally, like, I got to tell you this story, bro. Like, oh my, see, I'm going to mention this. No. Like, there's some things I know we're going to talk about, and it's like, it all intertwines, but, okay, I'm going to mention, like, how I got there. I was in the middle of working. I got a random text around, like, 10 in the morning. I remember it was, like, a Monday morning, I believe, and, mind you, I have not spoken to my friend Will since the day they announced Kobe Bryant had passed away. The minute I saw this text from him 2 years later, y'all, 2 years later, March of 2022, I get a text from this man saying, "Yo, are you available Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?"
But that's like, so random. Though.
I'm like, bro, like, this man, he was all. I'm like, you're all right. You're all the way in, like he had moved and stuff, and all this stuff. And I'm sitting up here. I'm like, you're back. So when did you come back? When did you come back? And I'm like, okay, at that point, I'm like, I don't know, like a lot of stuff has happened. In my life, like recently, it's very new to me, and it's shocking. And I'm just like kind of chilling right now, and I don't know, but. Sure. So I said sure, like on a whim, and so I ended up doing like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday service at Model City Church, and in the building that they're in now. I wasn't in that building with them. Model City Church was not in that building. They were actually. I hope I'm not getting this wrong. I think they were in a doctor's office. I think that's what it was, or a clinical center.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was a very small. Oh my goodness gracious! It was a very small,
compact, like basically.
Like
the size of
this room, and like it's like this room 2 times, like 2 times this room, and a little hallway. That's it. And the drum set that people probably see me play, now it's not. It's not what I was playing on like before. So yeah, I started playing with them in a different location, and little did I know that I was going to become their drummer permanently. I did not know that. I made a deal.
A deal?
To myself. Not to Model City Church. I made a deal to myself that I will only substitute for them. Substitute for their drummer for like 6 months. And I'm so serious. I remember saying that to myself, and little did I know after those 6 months. So funny. We did like their anniversary service, right, in September of
It's our
2022.
anniversary. You know that song?
No.
Ah,
Who's it by?
R. Kelly.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should have asked that. Anyway. That's not my genre song. Anyway, yeah, I can get sidetracked. So I was working there for 6 months, and then I asked the worship leader, "Are you guys still on a search for a drummer?" Because I was like, at that point in my life, I was ready to leave. Not because there was anything wrong with the Model City Church. However, where I saw myself at in the vision that I had for myself,
Right.
I didn't see it in that space. And she shout out to Kike. She said, "Oh, you know you're our drummer, right?" I'm like, "Wait."
Just like that?
Yeah, no, literally, I was like, wait, what? Like, literally, I was like, okay.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, like, literally, like exactly how I'm, like, acting right now, I was kind of speechless, because I said, in my head, I have a whole nother vision, a whole nother type of lane I want to go into, and specifically, like, I didn't even want to be here in the first place. Not against not that it's against anybody. It's just the way, what I was thinking and the vision I had for myself at the time, musically, creatively, if that's even how I even pronounce the word. Just how I was thinking at that time. I'm like, man, and my mindset, my goals, what I wanted to see happen in my life. I did not imagine.
So let's talk
Staying
about
at Model City Church, but it ended up being a big blessing for me and for a lot of other people.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
So again, by September, when they told me I was their drummer, I was like, okay, like, okay, cool. Like, I was like, oh, okay. It took me a minute to, like, process, because if you knew what I was thinking at that time in my life, you'd be like, oh, I understand how this is a lot for you. Because nobody will really, like, tell you how I was feeling, for real, because they weren't in my steps. They didn't know what I was thinking. And matter of fact, this is why I'm so excited to be on here, because I know, like, there have been a lot of questions about, like, how did you get here, and this and that and third and whatnot, and I always wanted to tell it on a platform, which I appreciate you hitting me up to come on Visionary Collectives. I'm excited. But I think, I was like, after September, so like 5 months after September of 2022, my brother came, and he ended up liking Model City Church, and he loves it over there. I can speak for him. I can confidently say that. And then my parents, they visited the church. I think their first time was when they went to the anniversary service, I believe. And I told them, you guys should actually come over to this Model City Church, because they actually are really cool people over here. I knew they were going to like it just because of just every aspect. I can't even speak for, like, one specific thing. Like, I think I don't know what they were going to take away from it, and, like, how
What
it was
did you
going to
take
be
away from it,
inspiring
though?
for them.
Like, what was, like, the thing? Like, this, and this. Like, give me the main three things that you took away that you say, like, damn, yeah, that was a great experience.
The minute I found out that they operate, like, I don't know if they even know this, maybe they do, but, like, it reminds me of how, like, you're on television and you're doing a television show, and there's, like, a teleprompter and you got like a timer and you have screens like everywhere. Like I'm so used to that when I'm like doing what we're going to talk about later. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite things. Like not to just play drums, but I had like fallen in love with just the technology of like doing a show and being in a room with cameras and all that, and you know, like okay, you got like 3 seconds, like everybody like get in place and yada yada. Like I was like I don't know why I love the rush, bro. Like I really love it. And
there's a rush.
Yeah, it's a rush for me. It's just like a rush of like it's a good rush. It makes me like.
Get up and do something.
Like, let's go. Like yo, like I'm focusing right now, and so like, and it just it inspires me, bro. Like, it inspires me to actually stay ready, be ready. I think a lot of the musician friends that I have, and not just musician friends, but friends that I do have, we always have these conversations about being ready, staying ready. Don't wait for the opportunity to come, you know, for you to do the thing that you really want to do.
So you just take it.
Just take it. And when it comes, and actually, it could be also a situation, not even a situation, but a thing of, it'll come to you and you just got to be ready for it. So yeah, that's the one thing that I'm being so serious. That was such a real thing that I like took away first at Model City Church. The second thing I want to say that I took away was the hospitality is amazing. I think that was the first thing I
they
thought
took care
about
of you
too.
for
Oh my gosh. Like, the way they treat everybody, and when I mean everybody, I mean everybody. I don't care if you are attending the church on a regular basis and you're sitting, you know, where, you know, everybody else sits, or you're serving or you're working there, whatever your position there is, man, everybody's welcoming, everybody's just chilling, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you that really makes you want to even go there, you know, like, I mean, yeah, it makes you want to go there, but that makes you like want to, what's the word I'm thinking of? I have it in my head, I just can't think about it. I mean, I'm thinking about it, I can't, what am I trying to say? It makes you more, for me, it made me more grateful. It put a lot of gratitude in me. It put a lot of thankfulness, because you don't get that everywhere you go, and it's been a blessing for real. Shout out to Model City Church, for real. Shout out, Pastor Jade and Dr. Faith. Oh my goodness gracious, they are amazing people, and they're very supportive. I mean, like 2 years in of me being there as their drummer, I did not know like how open, like really how open they are, you know, as people, literally. And to be honest, to me, you would think, or at least for me, I'd think, just looking at them, I wouldn't think they were the pastor, or, you know, the pastors of that church, because just of how chill they are, like, and like, they're just really down to earth people, really, really dope, just really cool. Like, I can, and when I say certain things, I really want people to like know and understand that it's, when I say these things, I cannot lie about it. I am truthfully saying, because I do not lie about when I'm like really liking somebody and really liking somebody's company and really liking just the energy and the environment and the motivation on why I'm there. Like, they're cool people. For
And right. So with that being said, so what's the next move? What's what does Adu want to do, man? Like, what do you like? What is your plan, man?
Not too much, bro. Okay. When I think about everything that I want to do, and I'm going to answer that question right now.
Right.
I'm going to answer it in a way that a lot of people might not answer it. But I'm not saying what I'm saying because I think people are going to be like, oh yeah, this is a good thing to say. Like, yeah, hand clap for you. No, I am over here thinking about the impossible.
That's deep, man. The impossible?
That's my heart. See, the thing about me is I don't like doing, and I always smile when I say this, but I don't like doing stuff the ordinary way. I don't like to be ordinary to me, there's no such thing as quote unquote normal, but I like to do stuff that's out of the ordinary. Did I just say I like to do stuff ordinary? I don't even know what I just said, but I just said what I know is me personally, I want to do things that are out of the ordinary, that are unpredictable, that people call impossible. Specifically, living off of what I do on drums, performing on drums, recording drums, performing as an artist. Yeah, all drums, everything drums. Drums! Recording as an artist, writing a bunch of music for myself, putting out records after records after records. Timeless records, not just albums that, are just going to sit there in the vault and it's just going to collect dust, and over time no one's going to hear them and stuff. And for me, I'm like, I don't want to just make it just for myself. I also want to make it in hopes that other people, somebody, even if it's one person or two, will really listen and really lock in, because I believe a lot of my music is a journey. You listen to, especially, and a lot of my friends know this about me. And I only have a very, very small group of friends. So when I say that, don't think I got this big old, what I'm saying, yo, I look so weird doing this. But it's a journey every time I record an album. So I want to do that full time, play drums full time, record albums full time, tour full time.
That sounds dope. So you kind of like an entrepreneur.
Yes, and also help other people, help other artists, because I love helping other. Oh my goodness gracious! Do you know how much bro? Hold on. I'm about to jump out of this chair. Do you know how much of a blessing it is to help somebody else in their journey while you're doing?
Oh, I know exactly how. That's exactly what this is.
I've realized that at times I have found more joy in helping somebody else in their creativity. Mm-hmm. And for me, and I know we'll get into that because that's what started something. Mm-hmm. But that I don't want to say tripped upon, but that happened some years ago. But man, that's what I want to do. All right. Until the day I die.
So drumming, and
then do other things. I also want to be a talk show host. I want to also I know. Listen, I keep talking. I'm like, hey man, I want to do that. Yeah, specifically. Let me narrow it down so we can just finish this question. Because you probably are thinking that I'm taking a long time to answer this question. I just have a lot on my mind. So much I want to do. But let's just narrow it down to what I'm thinking about right now. Being an artist full time, playing drums full time.
2.
That's it.
Okay. That 1 2. 1 2 1 2.
Whoa. Was that a song you were referencing to?
No, but it should be.
Oh no. When you said 1 2 1 2, I thought of a song. 1 2. I don't
even know that
1
is.
2 1 2 Victory Check by Ty Tribbett.
Okay.
GA.
All right, so the big question that everybody has been wanting to ask you. So, hosting the How Do show, right?
Yeah.
So let's break this whole thing down. All right. So you've been hosting this talk show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since May of 2020.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start this, and how's it evolved ever since?
Nothing. Oh, play. Nothing inspired me. I am kidding, you guys. Are you ready for this story?
I'm ready.
I've been waiting to tell this story for a hot minute.
Let's go.
Okay. Are you sure you're ready? All right. I'm sorry, I'm wasting time. I just can't believe it when I think about it, to be honest. Like, 2017.
Dang.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, like, even like thinking about it, I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, that was some time. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but it was a while back. You know what I'm saying? Summer of 2017, my mother and I said, well, I think it was my mom who had actually introduced me to this program, junior counseling program in 2017. Either 2017 or 2018. I think it was 2018. I believe it was 2018. Yeah, it was 2018. My apologies. If I'm wrong, I know I'm going to watch this back and be like, man, I should have said this correctly. Either summer of 2017 or 2018. I'm thinking it's summer of 2018. I was at an elementary school doing a junior counseling training program.
Mm-hmm.
I'm laughing because the reason why I'm smiling so much is because the way this story goes, it almost feels like a mystery. I'm so serious.
Hey, that's
I'm trying to tell you. Like, the minute I'm done, you're gonna realize why I just said it's a mystery, or at least part of it is a mystery, right? So I'm in the so my mom applies me to, registers me to be a part of this junior counseling program, and I arrive at this elementary school, and there are 4 tables. This is the first day I'm there. There are 4 tables that I see when I walk in through these double doors. It's actually, I believe it was the lunchroom. I believe that I walked through and I walked into, and I saw a group of boys from one end to the other end just fill that table. I'm like, okay, I can't sit there. Same thing. Another table with a group of girls from one end to the other end, full. Right. Then there was this other table. The third table had a bunch of papers on it and just seemed like there was like no seating at all. And then there was the fourth table.
I'm picturing this in my mind.
I'm trying to tell you, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm like, 1 table, okay, 2 table, 3. I wasn't expecting the 4th. I was like,
oh my goodness gracious. There was a 4th table. And if I did not sit at that 4th table, I think about it and I'm like, man, if I didn't sit at that 4th table, I might have not been doing the show. Okay. That's how like detailed I had to go back, because it started right there.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 guys at that 4th table.
Okay.
one of those guys influenced me somewhat into doing something like this.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't it wasn't like specifically like a talk show. It was just like recording yourself through a phone
Mm-hmm.
and talking about what we go through in an everyday life. And that was it. And literally, I didn't. Okay, we'll get to this. We'll get to that part because you guys are probably asking yourselves, well, how did that come about? Like, how did he inspire you to like be in front of a mic and not stutter as much as you are doing right now on Visionary Collectives? 2018, we're like becoming friends, getting to know each other. He's telling me that he's been diving into music, I believe, if I can remember. And I think he said he was starting this YouTube channel, and we just started hanging out inside of like the junior counseling training program, and then outside of the program, and just building this like friendship from 2018 to 2019 to May of 2020. Now hold on.
Let's get it.
Fast forward, we're like, and mind you, like I'm talking like we were like chilling for a minute, hanging out. I remember, okay, so it was May of 2020, the beginning of May of 2020, and I saw on Snapchat that he had posted a link to his new podcast. And I think I knew what podcasts were. I think. And, well, I had to because I said right then and there, hey, yo, you're doing a podcast? Oh, man, I can't wait to, like, see what that is like. You know what this man said?
What he said?
No disrespect to him. You want to come on and be a guest co-host? I'm like, actually, not even a guest co-host, a co-host.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, sure. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't even know what to say. Like, I've never done anything like this before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Can I pause this in the story for a sec? I keep saying the word like and it's irritating me, so I'm going to stop saying it because I should be expanding on my vocabulary and using these vocabulary words that I have been actually learning. All right, resuming the story. That was so random. May of 2020. I hit him back on Snapchat. Yeah, let's go. So over FaceTime for like 7 episodes, I am recording this podcast with him. And I'm enjoying it so much to the point where I think by the third episode, I was really into it. I was really into talking and engaging with the audience and talking about daily, life endeavors and motivational stuff and everything that we thought could uplift the viewer, in an everyday life. And that's what we were doing, him and I. And then we had a few of his friends. I think 1 or 2 people from that actual junior counseling program come on as a guest and talk for an hour, or an hour and a half. And it was a really amazing. It was a really amazing conversation. Conversations we were having over a phone. I mean, mind you, we were locked inside our houses because, COVID-19, I'm sitting up here, and it's like we're 2 months in, and I'm like, man, this is peculiar. And this is very interesting.
Big word.
Yeah, right. I've never done anything like this before, nor would I even think to even do it through a phone. I actually was like, I think it's better if we actually have mics like these, and actually, like, it would be a lot better, like just sound wise and where just the audio equipment that he had. I was like, yo, I should be in person, but I was at home, and he did his best to get me as clear as possible. So I did that for like 7 episodes. And every time that I did this podcast, this person would call me randomly in the middle of the day to do it. He did not schedule a time with me to film. He would text me like 5 minutes before. I'm not even trying to, what's the word? Exaggerate this. I'm being very straight up honest. This is exactly what happened.
Okay, let's go.
He would text me 5 minutes before and say, yo, we got to film right now. And so I would stop in the middle of the day, whatever I was doing. I could be doing anything. And when I mean anything, I mean anything in the world. And I would just choose to just drop what I'm doing and go film. Get on FaceTime. All right, pop, 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 pop. Join. Wait for him to, like, give me, like, the okay.
Right.
And then we would start filming. I got tired of that because I was like, we should, like, schedule. Respectfully speaking, you should schedule with me when you want to film and record. And I guess he wasn't all in with that idea, even though I believe it was a great idea. So by episode 8, what had happened was what did he do? He recorded an additional episode. So I did 7 episodes with him. Mm-hmm. Then, or I think I did 6 episodes with him. I think I wasn't on the first one. Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't. And then for the 8th episode, he did it by himself, recorded it by himself, and that whole episode was around if that podcast was going to resume because of our co-host, which was me. Now, it's not. It's almost like he said that I didn't want to do it. It's not that I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to have a scheduled time, but he didn't mention that, which is perfectly fine. Nothing against him. I just was like, dude, I want to do it. I just want you to schedule a time with me, man. Like, I'm not a big fan of someone just calling me in the middle of the day and I just drop what I'm doing filming. So
this is about to hit that time.
Watch this. I know I'm taking a long time. I'm just thinking about it right now because I'm like, I did not know how much the build-up was. Because, mind you, I was having fun. I was enjoying it. I was like, yo, this is gonna be crazy. We're making a positive impact, worldwide. And by the second week of May, it had to be the second week of May. Second week or third week of May, yeah. Second or third week of May, I didn't do the podcast anymore. He never called me back to say, oh, let's do it. Let's do another episode. If you want to schedule a time, we can do that. He never said that. So I ended up saying to myself, I guess this is it. Because by the time that I saw that episode, I was okay with not doing it.
Right.
But then I felt like a huge feeling. Like, I really, in my heart, want to do something like this. Like, I realized that in that time, I really loved engaging with people, talking with people, and all that. So, long story short, I'm up at 3, 4 in the morning with my brother. Me and my brother. Shout out to Asada. We are literally brainstorming ideas for. Actually, I don't even think we were. Were we brainstorming? I think we were. I don't know what we were doing, but I knew it was something that was like. I knew it was something amazing because if you catch us, especially me, if you catch me at 3, 4 in the morning, it's always something. It's
creative,
bro. Creatively, or whether I'm reading, whether I'm watching a video that is inspiring me to be a better person within how I have conversations with people and within my creativity. So up at 3, 4 in the morning, we're talking. I think we were just talking, and I mentioned what was happening, everything that I just mentioned now about the podcast I was doing with this guy, and my brother said, "Why don't you start your own show?"
It's always that question.
Now, mind you, and I should have said this before I even said what I just said right now. I had the thought, like I was telling him, man, this happened and this happened and this happened and this is what happened on this platform and he just said this and blah 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 blah, and he was, and then I went to sleep and I said, man, if I had something I could do, I would do it maybe or something. I said something like that and that was crazy, and
some movie thing.
And then I went to bed. I didn't really go to bed. I just was fun. I had the blankets over myself with my eyes open, just thinking about it. And then my brother said, "Why?" Or no. I was up, and even before I put the blankets over me, this man, my brother is like saying, "Now I had the thought because here's the thing. I did not want to confront that thought in my head about doing my own show. That's a lot of work." I've seen it happen on television, mind you. Oh my goodness gracious. I just remembered. At the time, before we even had that conversation, I was already into daytime television. This is crazy. I was already watching daytime talk shows at like 11 a.m., 12 p.m. You know, they usually come on around that time. 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Watching all of these daytime television talk shows, and I'm like so into it. Like I don't know why I started watching them. Oh my goodness gracious, I forgot. I shouldn't be forgetting this. Mind you, I'm in 11th grade at this point. I'm 17 years old. Y'all, I was 17 years old. At home. I say that because I'm like, it still blows my mind that I was 17 years old starting a talk show. I was at home because remember, they sent us home for school. They said you couldn't come back. That was my school. I don't know how it was for everybody else, but for the school I was at the time, they said you guys are like gonna stay in, like I think for the rest of the year, I believe, and that's why I was able to watch all these television shows in the afternoon that I didn't think I was ever going to be into. Actually, that was not ever an interest of mine at all. So long story short, this man is saying you should. I had the thought in my head about starting a talk show. Then he says you should start a talk show. I'm like, that is too much work. What crazy idea is that? Then I go to bed and I'm like, what if I actually did start that? Something like that. Because it would be cool. But one thing you got to know about me is I love perfection. Oh my goodness gracious. Even though I know it does not exist. Does it? No. I love to at least shoot for perfection.
Yeah, me too.
And trust me, anybody can attest to this. Whenever you talk to me, I especially within specifically how I want my life to look and how I want the work that I do to be as professional and presentable and dope and attractive and unique and monumental and legendary and crazy in a good way. I'm very specific and detailed about those things, and I noticed I've been that way from a young age. So it wasn't a surprise to me that I was already saying, because I made that comment of, oh, I don't want to do a talk show, because I knew how much work I would put in, like, within, if I even had that motivation, which I didn't even know I did until I said this. I'm gonna try it. I said to my brother, I don't even know if he was listening to me or not, but I said out loud, oh, okay. Trust me. It took me like 5 minutes to actually think about it, because I wasn't gonna waste my time doing something during my day that I could, be doing something better, and I ended up doing it. I said, I'm gonna film 7 episodes. I said 8 episodes. Excuse me. I'm going to film 8 episodes and invite guests on each and every episode, different guests. If these 8 episodes are not something that I like, if this talk show idea doesn't, just work, or I don't even want to say work, but, just is good at all, or just, looks at least a little bit better than what I would even think it could be, then I'm not going to do it. But I tried. I always like trying new things. I actually, I don't want to say I've always been that way, but I've grown into that. And I ended up doing 8 episodes. You know what really got me, though? When someone asks me, when did you know you were really going to be doing this for a hot minute? It was the first episode. It was the very first episode of The Edu Show. It didn't take me so long to like what I was doing. I'm so serious. By the time, we'll get into it. By the time 8 in the morning hit, which was the time that I went, everything started, lights came on, lights, camera, action. I felt this amazing rush, and the guest behind me I could tell he felt it too, and I was excited. I didn't know what I was doing. I had very little equipment, and that didn't even matter to me. I was just excited to do it. I didn't care about what I had or what I didn't have. I was like, I'm gonna start a new thing, and it's called The Edu Show. And whether it looks the way I want it to look now or the way I want it to look in the future, I know it's just going to be amazing, incredible. And I cannot take all the credit for it. I believe God really presented that to me and said, here, I'm going to show you another side of you. And this other side of you is conversation. You love, you like, it's like, I really have grown into loving conversation. And not just getting to know people, however, motivating and inspiring and helping people with the little that I have in this crazy world we live in. Can I talk about the first episode?
Go ahead.
He's just allowing me to talk. I'm having fun up in here. I'm literally in my thoughts right now thinking about, like, whoa, it's been that long? 2 weeks. So I don't know exactly when the first air date was, but I know it was on a Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. I got up at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday morning in June of 2020. 6 a.m. Got my breakfast at 7 a.m. Was down in the basement at 7:30 a.m. Shout out to Benjamin Bogert, my first guest on the Edu Show. I did a Zoom call from the Netherlands for my first episode of the Edu Show. For the first episode of the Edu Show, I did not know if that connection was actually going to go through. Mind you, this man, bro, it's 2 o'clock over there at that time. I'm filming at 8 a.m. It's 2 o'clock over there in the Netherlands. So, I'm dealing with different time zone. This equipment that I haven't used before, and it's not. It wasn't a lot of equipment. Actually, you know what it was? It was my phone. I'm literally giving. I want to give this golden nugget because I don't like when people do not tell you exactly what you can use for a very cheap price. If you have a phone and that phone has a camera, which it probably does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. You might be using the oldest phone in the world. I use my phone and I used my brother's tripod at the time. I didn't even have my own tripod because my brother was filming at the time too. He was doing his own thing, so I asked him if I could borrow his tripod. So I'm like, Asa, can I borrow your tripod? So I borrowed my brother's tripod. I got my phone. I had I had this Chromebook. I had a Chromebook at the time, right? And I plugged it into the television. Had my drum seat. That was it. I filmed like that for the first episode of the Edu Show. I filmed, I was going to say for a lot of the episodes of the Edu Show. However, for that first one was special because it opened my eyes in that moment to another lane of creativity that I would have never, I don't think I would ever have dived in if I wasn't in that program and got to know that person and did that and did that podcast for that short period of time. That was a setup.
It's a setup.
And I thank God for it because, man, the gratefulness the gratitude I have is beyond measures, for real. And I don't say that lightly. I'm really telling you, which I know we're gonna get into, but you have to understand. I went into doing this blindsided. You do not have to know what you're doing. I will walk into it as I go. This is what I believe personally. You don't have to believe this if you don't want to. When I say everything that I'm saying, I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just telling you my experience, and I'm also letting you know what can be. I was okay with walking into this idea as I go. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm going to trust God that as I go into this this unique space, I'm going to just roll with the punches as I go. And whatever I need, I know God will provide. I know I'll be okay. All the mistakes, all the worse audio connections and footage and everything that is like, oh, this could be better than this. Like, let's just roll with the punches. Let it happen. Like, to me, that is way more like, I like to call it, I don't want to say monumental, but very important because it shows growth. It shows, for me, I feel like I was very in a vulnerable state where it's like, you guys are, everybody who's watching this is going to see all the little mistakes and all the little, like, stuff that might not be in place, but hey, I am learning just as much as everybody else probably have learned from my show on how to even run a show, even if you want to do that, because or anything like at that matter, because man, it's been it was that was a crazy time. Episode 1, that was amazing. So did that. By episode 8, I was like, wow, this was nice. This was cool. Like, I was really chill about it. Like, right now, I'm like, okay, cool. Did 8 episodes. Not bad. I like the product. I might not like the way it was filmed or the camera quality or the audio. However, or even where I was filming, that's how much I really envision specifically in detail where, not just where I want to be in the future, but where I want to be now. And every step that I take within every project I do, I want to be proud to say it in public, not just in private, and not ever be ashamed of it. Because that's there forever, no matter where, whether from to me, I believe that's there forever. Like that footage, people are gonna see that, and I believe that's just a part of my journey in whatever I'm supposed to be doing to not just help myself, and I don't want to say be a blessing to myself, but it's not just for me and, you know, getting these opportunities, but also just helping other people. So like I really just want to, like, I really want people to understand that I could care less about if me, like, starting first off was like very, I don't want to say horrible, but it was like, you know how you want things to be, like, not perfect, but you're like, this audio could be better than this. Like, that was such a, like, thing for me. And I'm like, it's cool. Like, I was okay with it anyway. And then it got better and better and better and better and better. I ended up choosing to further, like, the vision for the Adu show 3 months after those 8 episodes. And ever since then, it's been such a blessing.